Hello everyone, welcome again. It's Marquis Easley with another video. I just want to use something that most people are familiar with, which is Kool Aid, and I'm going to just talk about something else that everybody's familiar with, sin, and is the sin of Kool Aid. The thing about it is like, okay, well, how is Kool Aid a sin? So, Kool Aid is not a sin, but I wanted to just lift that to help you understand something, um, the way sin works, and how it can creep in, and the long lasting effects. In the African American community, I'm sure in other communities, growing up, the choice drink was is Kool Aid. It's a little packet. You get it. You mix up different colors, put it in the pitcher, put 4 5 pounds of sugar in there, stir it up. You drink. You have a good, you know, drink. Growing up, that's what we had. I always thought, I'm always gonna have Kool Aid in my house. Had different kind of flavors. I'm gonna have this. I'm gonna have that. I don't think I've ever made it. I don't think I've ever made a glass of Kool Aid in my own house ever. Ever. Uh, but that's beside the point. But the reason why I'm lifting that is because what happens is it's like, man, okay, you got to think with before me now. All right, Kool Aid starts out with water. Water is the purest form of supposed to be pure. It represents a lot of things. I'm not gonna get all into too deep, too theological with you as it relates to water, but water is the pure form. You can't live without water. Your body needs water. Your body made up of water. You get baptized in water. Christ on the cross, blood and water. So we keep going with water and water, water, but water is pure, and water is what we need to live. Okay, cool. So if you go back to the Garden of Eden, man, who we are, man was pure. We was perfect, blameless, holy. Okay? So we got water, pure, man, pure, blameless, no problem. Okay? Then comes the serpent or whatever along, then we get tempted, we get tempted, we get tempted, we get tempted with something that appears to be good. Good for eating, is pleasing to the eye. So at that point, we partake of the fruit and contaminate the pureness, the original, the purified. It's contaminated, I should say, with the fruit. So we take the pure water and then we contaminate it because you could drink the water. It's gonna be healthy for you. You need it. Gonna be good for your kidneys. The whole nine. Flush your body out. It's what you need. 8 glass, 10 glass of water a day, right? But we take that pure thing and we contaminate it. We take whatever color or whatever. And listen, listen to me now. Listen to me. All right. In the garden, the serpent said to Eve, and when she talked about not taking of the contaminated fruit, of the fruit that was going to contaminate her, he said, "Ye shall not surely die." Okay, so it's like the devil saying, "You shall not surely die," because she's telling what God said. If I take it, you're gonna know knowledge of good and evil. Okay, all right, cool. So you should not surely die. So what do we do when we take the pure glass of Kool-Aid? I mean, not Kool-Aid, but pure glass or pitcher of water. We take dye and put it in there because the packet of Kool-Aid is nothing but dye. It's nothing but dye. Just change the color of the water, give you a little flavor. So that's all it is. So I'm thinking, like I'm looking at the parallel. Don't judge me. But anyway, so you put the dye in there, okay, and you put the dye in there. So now the water is contaminated and it changes colors, but it don't change green. Well, it could turn green, whatever, depending on how you mix it up. But don't change a color where it's not appealing to the eye. You got bright red, you got pineapple, you got grape, you got all these other stuff. So you're dyeing it, but it looks appealing. So the fruit, saying you should not surely die, but it looks appealing. So therefore you take of the fruit. So now we have this water that was pure, now contaminated with the dye. We were pure and holy. Now we eat the fruit and we die. Now, Follow me. Okay, we still on parallels. But what happens next is very, very important. Okay. Of course, we eat the fruit, then you get the pronounce of sin and death. Now the parallel between sin and Kool Aid comes up. Now you was pure, got contaminated. Now check this out. This is where it kind of gets cool. Well, not cool, but I ran the parallel. So now that one act caused you to do other things. That one act of sin caused you to have this sinful nature that does other things. So now, not only do you have the sinful nature, we got to work by the sweat of our brow, and that the women have birth pains. Now, when she actually have birth pain and give birth to Cain and Abel, guess who kills who? So now the sin effect start to take place. The sin was pronounced with them, but the sin effect started to take place as it kind of goes through their generation, as things kind of progress. The effect of that sin starting to take place. So we go back to the glass of Kool-Aid, the jar of Kool-Aid, or the pitcher. So we got the contaminated thing, but what we have to do is we have to add this sugar. We have to add this extra ingredient to make it sweet, to taste good. Now the fruit that Eve ate, ain't nobody said it didn't taste good, but this is a continual cycle that we always do, because diet water don't taste good. Just plain diet water don't taste good. So we have to add this extra ingredient in it to make it taste good. But the effects of putting that type of sugar in your body at that rate, and drinking as much of it as we drink, will have effect not only on yourself but on your children. And that's what we come, and I'll say this, the birthplace of diabetes. But diabetes, irregular sugar, if you sitting there drinking, pounds and pounds of sugar on a week to week basis, it will give birth to, just like the sin effect. Sin was pronounced, so sin was pronounced, so everything is going to go bad from here. So you might not see the effects when you drink one glass. You might not see the effects when you drink 2 glasses. You might not see the effect when you drink it for 2 years or 3 years. But what it's doing is conditioning your body to depend on that sugar. And then now the sugar is basically tearing up your body. That's why a lot of people, be overweight, fat, around the midsection. You gain all this weight. And it's like you putting all the sugar in your body. So over time, the Kool-Aid will prove to be fatal. It never, not one time, nourishes your body. Not once. It may taste great. It may look great. Just like in the Garden of Eden. It may look good, hold on. But the long lasting effects of pure sugar being drinking into your body, drinking and drinking and drinking, is never positive. In no way, shape, form, or fashion. So you take the same way with Eve. After she ate the fruit, the long lasting effects of sin is never going to be positive in your life. So you can say, okay, well, this little sin right here, this little sin right here ain't gonna hurt nothing, this right here ain't gonna hurt nothing, but the long lasting effects, it's gonna cost you. So like, oh, this little Kool-Aid, this little jug right here, this little jar, this little glass, you give me a little glass, I'm only gonna drink. But the pure state is what God wants. He don't want you to add all this stuff and mixing it up and try. Just take the water, and that will have immediate benefits to your life, nourishment to your life. So what God is doing is trying to get us back to the original state. Even though we are a pitcher of Kool-Aid, we got all kind of stuff mixed in, all kind of problems, the whole nine. But the blood of the Lamb will purify us white as snow, and it will take all the dye out, and it will take all the sugar out, and it will take us right back to our purest, holy state. So that's the parallel that I just see with Kool-Aid and sin, because it's like sin is just like Kool-Aid. You keep drinking it and drinking it and drinking it, it's just gonna kill you. You keep going and going and going, it's only gonna kill you. It may look good, it may taste good. This girl might be good, this guy might be good, this money might be good. This right here, it's only gonna kill you. If you ain't looked at the AIDS epidemic and all this other stuff that's going on, the whole nine, I mean, it's only gonna kill you. Like smoking, they say, okay, I'm just gonna smoke a little this, smoke a little that, and it kills you. You know. So it's like I'm gonna drink a little, drink. One of the number one cause, car accidents, alcohol related DUIs. So it's like, you can keep playing with sin, you keep drinking the Kool Aid, but in the end, it's gonna prove fatal. Health wise, mental wise, spiritually, it's gonna prove fatal. It'll catch up with you. Be healthy. God bless.